Oh, you have a car? Probably you will buy a car for me. Oh, you know the place? Let's go there. Oh yeah, my rent is coming, so are you gonna do something with this? You know, I'm 23 years old. I need a man who just would die for me. What? Are you gonna do the same for me? Ah, no, I'm a girl. What the fuck that means? And she ate 2.5 plates of this pasta. Hey brother, I'd like to start this video with a little story. I've been on a Tinder date and the girl was from Switzerland. This is where you need to see the difference between what woman says and what she does. And this is why I'm going to share my experience of dating. I mean, it wasn't actually a dating. I mean, it was just a funny story. Let me share. I found a girl on Badoo or Tinder, don't really remember. And so she was like 23 years old. I'm 30 years old. So we have like a 7 years of experience. She was from Switzerland. And I've never been personally to Europe, but I've heard that people from Europe, like European people, are very friendly, very polite. They know what they want to do. And they have this flexibility between working hard and living, enjoying their life. This is like also a big difference between living in the USA and living in Europe. If I meet a girl online or offline, if we have a date, I usually go to one specific place. I bring her to a hostel where I used to live. When I moved to Los Angeles from Miami, I used to live in a hostel somewhere in West Hollywood on Fairfax. The place is very cool. There is a free billiard. It costs just $1 probably. For drinks like hot tea, I like black tea, by the way, because I'm Russian. Coffee, and every Saturday or every Thursday, I don't really remember, they have a little party with some music, DJ, free drinks and hot dogs. Even if you're a vegetarian, they have these options too. So if I have a date, I usually bring a girl to one place because I don't want to think like too much. Where should we go? What should we do? And stuff like that. I just need to see a person and see how it goes. So the first day is very fine. I ask her some question. She asks me some question. It's kind of interview, a little bit boring, a little bit all right. And then I just realized that we need to move after we play billiard probably 3-4 times. So we jump in my car and we start driving around the city, again, around like West Hollywood area and stuff like that. So she was like, okay, this is our first date. Maybe we will date in the future, but I need to know what you're looking for. And I was like, I'm probably looking for a girl who just speaks much more better than me in English, because I'm a guy, who moved from Russia to the USA. I have a lot of Russian friends. I've dated two Russian chicks, but I'm looking for an American one, or just at least a girl who speaks and understands English, much more better than I. Then she continues, but what are you looking for? Are you looking for a relationship? Are you looking for a girl for just one night? And I was like, I don't really care, to be honest. I don't want to play around. I'm not the guy who just, want to fuck you and just disappear forever. I mean, it depends on you, how good you are in the bed, to be honest. But I'm not this kind of guy. It depends on person, of course, but I don't want to play games. If I like you, let's just keep seeing each other. Why are you asking me something like this on the first day? I mean, I've never seen you before. You're the girl from Switzerland. I'm a guy from Russia. You're laughing at my jokes, so everything is around, just relax, all right? So when I go on the first date, you need to ask some questions about this girl. I usually prefer to ask her about her experience, her past. I'm not saying that you need to know or you need to ask directly to her face, like, hey, what's your body count? Of course, this is important for every man over here, but you just need to, play around, need to find another way to ask something like this. So I usually having fun. She is trying not to ask me something very seriously. I'm just, give her a very stupid joke. And I don't really care because I don't want to play very serious and do it like, hey, I am so cool. I make like this amount of money. No, nobody likes this on the first day especially. So you just need to show your best, like some kind of very positive, very masculine energy. And then, conversation started going to the different way, which is I like, by the way. We started talking about some sexual experience and stuff like that. She was like, I've never been to many relationship and I would never jump into bed on the first day, second day, and whatever, and never go to a home. And usually when a girl says something like this, that means that she doesn't want to look like a whore, like a slut who just opened her legs on the first date. The second reason, because you're a beta. So if you're an alpha man, there is no rules for you. But if you're better, the rules exist only for you, man. The funny thing is that after that conversation, we go to my place where we just start watching a movie. I was like very surprised because we just had a very huge, like very deep conversation about sexual relationship, very interesting stuff. So I was feeling like, okay, we're gonna do something tonight. But actually we haven't, and that's all right. So on the second date was much more funner. We go on Santa Monica Pier. I forgot my wallet in the car because of the mistake. I just didn't bring it in. That's it. My idea was just to go on Santa Monica Pier, just walk around, do something, maybe, you know, go back to my car, go to another place, to the restaurant, have some eat, you know, and that's it. The second day, I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I just want to see who you are as a person. And when I told her that I forgot my wallet in my car, she was like, oh man, you're so cheap because you don't want to bring me anywhere. You don't want to use and spend any money on this. I was like, come on, relax, just keep, you know, enjoying the weather. I'm in the ocean, the everything. I'm a Russian man. You know, if time comes, I'll do everything that I want to do, but I mean, just relax, right? And then there was a part when I started asking her some interview questions about her past again, about what is she looking for in the future man or a relationship or whatever. And she was like, you know, I'm 23 years old. I need a man who just would die for me. What? Yeah. I need a man who would die for me, who would jump into this cold water. And I was like, wait a second. So if I love you, I would need to die for you. And she was like, yes, exactly. And if you love me, you just go on fire, you jump to the water, you do whatever you need to do to save my life because you're in love with me. And I asked her, hey, are you gonna do the same for me if, you know, you want a man who would die for you? Are you ready to do the same thing for a man? And she was like, no, I'm a girl. What the fuck that means? I mean, you're a girl, I'm a man. What is the difference between that person? One person needs to die, another person just, oh, okay, never mind, I don't want to die. Maybe this girl from Switzerland, she was playing around. I don't really know. But she was like, okay, oh, you have a car. Probably you will buy a car for me. Oh, you know the place? Let's go there. Oh yeah, my rent is coming, so are you gonna do something with this? And the thing is that 5 minutes later after this conversation, I asked her a question, are you looking for an open relationship or just a very traditional relationship? And she gave me a very unique answer. I would probably date 2 or maybe 3 men at the same time, and all of them would love me. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? So does that mean that if one person jumped to the water and died, you would have another one? Yeah, exactly. But that means that she loved me. This is what I'm talking about, my man. I mean, why would a woman, you know, they're looking for a man, 6 figures per year, 6 feet, 6 inches in the pants. So they want to have and they want to date this kind of man, a high value man, somewhere on the top, who has everything, who spent the whole life by achieving all of these things. And this girl just want to have it like this. And at the same time, she would be happy to date another 2 or 3 men at the same time as you. She doesn't have any value. Her parents sent her some money to pay for her rent, to pay for her groceries, to pay for everything. So we get back to my car and I see a ticket that says that you need to pay $68 or like $65 for the parking, because I was stupid. I didn't see the sign. I was like, okay, now I'm really angry because the date is terrible. Now I need to park for parking, $70. And she was like, okay, let's go, to your place. Let's do something cool. And I was like, okay, maybe we need to do something like this because she's a female. She has her feminine energy, and maybe she'll do something to change my mood. And so when we get home, she didn't want to cook any pasta. She was just sitting in front of me. I cooked some pasta with tomato sauce for her and for me. And she ate 2.5 plates of this pasta. And then a couple of slices of apple pie. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? The thing is that I actually a little bit like it, this kind of mood, because how serious she was. And I was thinking like, wow, this is a very unique story, something very interesting. Maybe I need to give her another try and see how everything goes. But the reality is super different. This woman was exactly this kind of person who doesn't want to give her man anything, but she wants to receive everything. She doesn't want to spend any time, any resources, any money, any dollar for her man, because she needs a man who would give her anything. His money, his resources, his time, his body, his house, because she feels like a queen. She put herself on the pedestal. And I would say it's more kind of an American story. I never met people from Europe like this, but she was way different. And now my best advice for you, my brother. If you're looking for a woman and you've been just one specific day with a one specific woman, and you feel like, wow, maybe this woman at that time, she's really into me. Probably no, bro. Because at least you need to see 5 or 10 another woman to see the difference between them. Because after that, I've been on another date with a way feminine woman, and she was actually ready to split the bills. The bills was like $10 or maybe $20. I was like, come on, don't worry about it. I'm gonna pay for it. This is just a coffee. And she treated me way different. She wasn't looking for this kind of man who wants to, who would jump to the cold freezing water, who just go to the fire to burn himself off. No, why would I die for someone else's life? I mean, who you are as a person, even I love you, I mean, why would I die? No, for real. I mean, I'm a man, I have my dream, I'm going to achieve my goals, I have a purpose, right? Year ago that I just met, that I've been new for like a couple of weeks. Today I'm gonna jump to the water the next day. You will find another man. How stupid it is. Oh my brother, this is why you don't need to chase women. Because if you start chasing a very specific woman, she's probably see another dude at the same time. 2, 3 guys, maybe 5 guys, who keep knocking to her DM. Once she posts a story, the guy just sent her some emoji like, hey, wow, you're so cool. She forget you and she'll find another man. This is why you need to do exactly the same strategy to see multiple women. I'm not saying that you need to date them, having sex with them, play games, spinning plates, it's up to you. But you need to see multiple women to see the difference between men. Alright, that's it guys. Всем пока.